Hello there, Dailies of Mental Gen. I'm Kathogenia, and welcome to Spiral Knights, or rather the Redux of Spiral Knights. So, as you can see right off the bat, this game's going to take a little while to load at times. But you basically design your knight, give him a name, and we're all good. So, Spiral Sallet, Spiral Pith Helm, Spiral Round Helm, and for future reference, I'm starting a new knight because I want to do all these missions all over again, so you guys can get the proper footage and stuff. Spiral Crescent Helm. Yeah, that looks kind of girly. Let's go for Spiral Crescent Helm. Spiral Cuirass, Spiral Flak Jacket, Spiral Brigandine, Spiral Draped Armor. Again, that looks kind of girly. Or Spiral Culet. Actually, you know what? Why not just go girly? Design toasty, dusky, fancy, heavy, military, regal, or cool. I think cool will work. It kind of complements the color here. Next up, you can click on completed stages to revisit them. Accessory 1, headband, bolted V, main headband, helm mounted display. Helm mounted display looks kinda cool. Accessory 2, plume, ribbon, comm unit. That actually kinda looks like what I'm using, sort of. And mecha wings. I think we're gonna go for a ribbon. Because, you know, we're trying to make her somewhat girly. You know. Though these things don't actually have a gender. So moving on, we got height. We can go short, normal, or tall. There's also super short and super tall, I think. But you have to pay, like, energy to get those boosters. You've also got different eyes. Normal, almond, determined, and happy. We'll go happy. And no, I'd actually say this is pretty good the way it is. And name. No. Leaf Blade. Aw, come on, people. Alright. I want to have it being something to do with nature, because when you look at her, she's kind of like green, so you think like leaves or forests or stuff, right? There. You know, sometimes you just need a fancy way of spelling leaf. Or leave. Or you could have just done PH, I suppose. Meh. But yeah, this actually has quite a few people playing the game. Quite a few. Like, I joined 2 years ago. They're still updating it. It's absolutely crazy. And there's just tons and tons and tons of people. The community is kind of like your typical MMO community, you know? You got people whining because they won't get items for free. You got people trying to screw you over. You got the nice people. You got the people who are complete jerks. You've got the people who think they're superior to everyone. It's just kind of, you know, just your typical community. And for future reference, no, I won't always be keeping these loading screens in. After the first couple, I'm going to start cutting them out because really they're just sucking up time and making the file size larger, therefore making this take longer to render, therefore making it take longer to upload, therefore making you Dailies of Mental Gen wait longer. And yeah, I'm just gonna start cutting these out at some point, probably like once we get to the main camp or something. Oh yeah, spoilers, we get to a camp eventually. But you probably knew that already, and if you didn't, well, sorry. But yeah, a lot of my friend Heavy Awesome Dino Slayer and I both agree this game's kind of like the original Zelda. Like if you've ever played the one for the NES, so you can use WAS and D to move. You can actually customize the controls if you want to, but the way I have it set up, you move WAS and D to move, aim with the mouse, attack with left mouse, block with right. There's more maneuvers and stuff, but these are just the basics that we need to know. Got a hub down here. We'll just close that down for now. And, oh geez, that didn't take long. Rendon. Come in, Leaf Blade. Are you there? This is Recon Knight Rendon. I'm here, what happened? You just hit the surface of Cradle. My escape pod crashed just north of your position. We should meet up and find the nearest rally point. Be careful and ready your sword. There are hostile creatures everywhere. After that, Rendon, I'm heading your way. So, yeah. I really like the art style of this game. It's very cutesy, kind of. Like, I wouldn't quite describe it as chibi for the sake of kind of sounding like one of those Japanese anime nerds I see at school all the time. Though, I'll admit I am kind of a nerd and I do watch anime. I just don't watch it extensively, you know. I've seen a little bit of Dragon Ball. I've seen some Naruto, some Vandred. Just a little here and there, nothing too major. Because I don't want to get sucked into it or anything. But, yeah, so basically, these guys right here, these pink things are just jelly cubes. They're kind of like your stereotypical slime monster. You just, in pretty much any adventure game in this style, you always got some kind of really weak slime monster. This is the case for these guys. Although, there are actually rare monsters you can find that, like, don't do a bunch of damage, but if you kill them, well, don't really damage you at all, but if you kill them, you have a chance of getting, like, a really rare drop. One of them is actually one of those guys, but with, like, a pipe and a hairpiece and a monocle, I think. I don't remember exactly what he looks like, but yeah. Also, you have two weapons at the start. You've got your sword here, and you've got your gun. Now, I find myself to be more of a gunner at heart, so we're probably going to be using the gun a bit more. I mean, the sword does more damage, and we don't really need to worry about monsters all that much at first, but once you get further into the game, they're going to be a bit more threatening. Also, just attack pretty much anything you can, like these. Hang on. Leaf Blade, am I glad to see you? This place is so alien. I'm happy to see a familiar face and not another hostile. Glad to see you in one piece as well, Rendon. Where are the other survivors? I've established a comm link with knights that have formed a rescue camp up ahead. If you head north, you should eventually reach it. I'm going to stay here for now and locate any other knights that have crashed in the area. Meet you at the rescue camp before sunset. Make sure you encounter anything really dangerous. Press X or use right mouse to use your shield. I'll scout ahead then. Be careful, Rendon. So, yeah, like I was saying before, attack pretty much anything. Just don't attack these glowing blocks from too close up because they explode. Also, kind of blocky styled things like this that you can take out with your gun or your sword, and I was kind of lagging there for a second. Like, these things. Okay, well, we took those ones out with our gun, but normally your bullets just pass right over these ones. These ones are normally more likely to drop crowns, at least in my experience. These ones drop crowns sometimes, but overall, I wouldn't really recommend attacking them too terribly much, because crowns from those ones aren't very often, whereas crowns from the ones that are like really close to the ground that you have to swing out with your sword, as you can see, they are pretty darn common in these ones. So, just general rule of thumb for most levels. As well, you've got your health up here, your shield meter out up here. Eventually, you use your shield too much, it'll break on you. You can hold it out, but like, you won't actually get any kind of defense. Hang on, be right back. Sorry about that. Anyway, where were we? I'm gonna lower my mic a little. There we go. Okay, so, yeah, I was explaining the shield engagement stuff, right. So I already explained that. This orange stuff here is heat, and this is basically how you level up your gear and make it do more damage and stuff. However, after a while, you actually have to, like, do alchemy and stuff and, you know, make your stuff more powerful with better materials and all that jazz, and then you get to level it all up again. Your equipment can only go up to level 9. Spiral Ward. Hail, Knight. You must be Leaf Blade. Rendon radioed us and said you were on your way. Come with us, the rescue camp is just ahead. Great, I'm looking forward to a hot meal. You and me both. Now let's get... Hold on, something's not right. Brace yourself, I think we've got company. Okay, so these things are like stuff that shoot at you. Now, here we're... Oh, balls, I do not remember this. It's been a while for me. So as you can see, these guys are kind of OP. I mean, you've got a gunner here, you've got a bomber, and you've got a swordsman. So, yeah, we can pretty much just sit here and camp and let them do everything. I mean, look, we haven't even done anything so far. But this is where we actually get introduced to different types of enemies, like different enemies have different weaknesses. Like right now, they're all kind of taking the same amount from my gun. That's because it does normal damage. And everything, normal damage is good against pretty much everything. It's kind of like your all-around good damage. Ow. You're also seeing him getting stunned here, and stunning is a status effect. We'll go a bit more into like damage types and stuff later on in the game, and status effects like this later on in the game, because the game has a whole little tutorial for it. So, just for now know that there's different status effects, different damage types and stuff. We'll get into it later on. That's really all you need to know. Nicely done, Leaf Blade. It seems you know your way around the battlefield. Come on, let's head to the camp. Maybe you can help us figure out what the heck is going on here. Okay. Also, this thing right here is a Mechanite. In some cases you're able to like power them, in some cases you have to fight them. When you power them, they fight by your side though. So yeah. Anyway, let's head on out. Off to the rescue camp. So as you can see, we're leveling up. And yeah, I'm gonna cut this out real fast. Okay, I'm back, and my voice might sound a little different now, because I've got a cough drop in my mouth, because it's still kind of a sore throat. I was recording some stuff yesterday, it was bad, but as you can see, we're kind of in the rescue camp here, and we got other players and stuff here now. Greta. Greetings. I'm the squad leader, Greta. You must be Leaf Blade. Brennan said we should be expecting you, and not a moment too soon. This rescue camp is facing a crisis. What's the problem, Greta? In short, this camp has no power, and the sun is setting soon. Last night, all manners of horrible monsters came after us in the dark. We couldn't see and had no power for our defensive turrets. We lost a lot of recruits. We need to channel power to the rescue camp, so that we can set up a defensive perimeter before night falls. How can I help channel power to the camp? Our scans have located an ancient generator below this camp. It should be sending power to the surface, but something seems to be diverting it. We need you to go investigate this ancient generator and divert power back to the surface. We'll need to be ready. It's completely uncharted territory and teeming with monsters. Brennan said he wanted to meet up with you before you take on this mission. Why don't you see him first? Meet up with Brennan before we investigate the generator. So yeah, you've got stuff you can probably buy things from, like this guy, I think, maybe. Cradle's a dangerous world, and it's important to make sure you have powerful gear in your arsenal in order to survive. To do that, you'll need to use the Forge. What is the Forge? This is actually something new for me. I don't know what the Forge is, so the Forge uses the heat stored in your gear and combines it with the power of fire crystals to unlock its new potential. In town, you can access the Forge at any time. Clockworks, you can access it by using an arsenal station. It's just that fire thing I'll show you on the HUD in a bit. When using the Forge, you will see a list of any items that are ready to level up. Selecting an item will show you how it can be enhanced. Each item will require a specific type of fire crystal. Fire crystals can be obtained from the supply depot, earned by completing certain missions, and found in treasure blocks in the Clockworks. How do fire crystals work? Fire crystals are somewhat unstable, and there's a chance the forging attempt will fail. However, found that by adding more fire crystals, you can increase the chance that the item will be forged successfully. On top of that, the more fire crystals you add, the higher chance there is for special bonuses to be applied to the item. Sounds great. Now that you know about the Forge, would you like to give it a look? I'll look at it later. So, yeah, hang on. This is the Forge right here. This should be coming up. This is the Forge. So, yeah. I guess to actually level this stuff up now, you have to use crystals and stuff. Kinda sucky, but what are you gonna do? It adds playtime, I guess. Moving on, we've got Rendon, a Veteran Knight, Injured Knight, more Injured Knights. This dude, Mad Cat's Koopa. Got a Geo Knight. Got Veteran Knight. Got Technician. All kinds of stuff. So let's just talk to Rendon for now. Unless, hang on, I want to do a little exploring. We got Virgil, we got a Technician, we got a Recruit. This looks like one of those turrets that kind of got screwed up. And it looks like this is like some kind of elevator thingamajigger. Can't really go this way yet. So yeah, I think that's actually just gonna do it for this episode. In the next episode, we will talk to Rendon. So yeah, it was probably kind of short, but what are you gonna do? It's the first episode. Normally I make really long episodes, this time I'm not. Just deal with it. So yeah, in the next episode, we'll talk to Ren and possibly start on some missions. And yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.